There's a kind of tiredness sleep can't fix. It's not depression. It's not burnout. It's the fatigue of existing itself. You wake up in the morning, nothing is wrong, and that's exactly the problem. Your life looks fine from the outside. You function, you show up, you reply to messages, you do what's expected. But inside, there's a quiet exhaustion that never leaves. Not sadness, not despair, just the feeling that being a person takes too much effort. And here's what makes this confusing. People who feel this way are often not failing at life. They're surviving it too well. In this video, we're going to talk about what this state really is, why it feels so heavy even when nothing is wrong, and why forcing motivation often makes it worse. If you've ever thought, "I'm not suicidal, I'm just tired of being here," this video will help you understand what's happening, what this feeling really is. Psychologists sometimes call this state existential exhaustion. It is not tiredness from work. It is not emotional pain from one event. It is the exhaustion that comes from being conscious. Every day you have to exist. You wake up. You take care of your body. You choose what to wear. You decide what to eat. You interact with people. You manage emotions. You make small and big decisions. And then you sleep. And the next day, you do it all again. For many people, this process runs on autopilot. They don't question it. But some people become deeply aware of how much effort existence requires. Once that awareness appears, it doesn't disappear. Life starts to feel heavy, not because it hurts, but because it never stops. Why it's not depression or burnout? This state is often misunderstood. Depression usually includes deep sadness, hopelessness, or self-blame. Burnout comes from long-term stress, pressure, or overwork. Existential exhaustion is different. You might not feel sad. You might not feel hopeless. You might even feel grateful for your life. But gratitude doesn't give energy. The problem is not how life looks. The problem is how much effort it takes to stay present in it. You don't want everything to end. You just want everything to pause. The hidden cost of functioning. Many people who feel this are very functional. They go to work, they keep their responsibilities, they support others, they meet expectations. From the outside, they seem stable and capable, but inside, life feels like a role they must play. Not living, performing living. Every conversation requires energy. Every task feels heavier than it should. Every "how are you" requires a small lie. The exhaustion doesn't come from doing too much. It comes from pretending that it doesn't cost anything. Why awareness makes it heavier. Some people experience this exhaustion more deeply. Often they are reflective. They think a lot. They observe patterns. They notice repetition. They begin to ask questions like, "Why am I doing this every day? What is all this effort for? Does this ever really change?" These questions don't have clear answers. Distraction stops working. Routine starts to feel mechanical. Time feels repetitive instead of meaningful. This awareness is not a flaw, but without support, it becomes a burden. When nothing feels worth the effort. A common part of this state is anhedonia, difficulty feeling pleasure. But this doesn't mean nothing feels good at all. It means pleasure feels too expensive. Even enjoyable things require effort. Rest feels unearned. Fun feels like responsibility. You are not lazy. You are conserving energy. Your system is trying to survive by lowering emotional engagement with the world. Learned helplessness and existence. Many people reach this state after years of trying. They tried to improve their life. They tried to find meaning. They tried to stay hopeful. Sometimes things improved. Then they fell apart again. Over time, the mind learns a painful lesson. Effort doesn't change the outcome. This is called learned helplessness. When it applies to life itself, existence becomes something to endure, not participate in. Not because life is impossible, but because trying feels pointless. What actually helps and what doesn't? Forcing motivation does not help. Positive thinking does not help. Just push through often increases the exhaustion. What helps first is permission. Permission to exist at lower capacity. Permission to rest without guilt. Permission to stop performing strength. Professional support can help, especially therapy focused on meaning, acceptance, and values. But often what helps most is being understood. Not fixed, not corrected, not rushed. Small moments matter too, not big goals or plans, just moments that feel slightly lighter. If you're tired of existing, you're not broken. You're someone who has been carrying too much for too long, without real rest. You don't need to prove your strength. You don't need to explain your exhaustion. And you don't need to rush your recovery. Sometimes, surviving is enough. This is the if verse, where exhaustion isn't weakness and awareness isn't a flaw. Subscribe. There's so much more to explore. Thank you for watching.